Hi there guys, Matt here again. Today I've got a little trick to share with you. I've got my earplugs in because I'm using an impact driver drilling these, screwing these battens into the roof. But today I wanted to talk about a special measuring device that you can use to help when you're measuring things, and like if you use a tape measure and you're trying to hold it over a long distance to get the right distance. For example, in this case I'm putting this stud wood into the ceiling, and I want to make sure that the distance is correct. So I'm putting fireboard into the ceiling, and it's 1.2 meters by 2.4 meters. So what I want to do is I want to put them widthways this way. So I want it to be 1.2 meters distance between them, and that will be the meeting point for each of the boards. So the board will end here, and it will end here, and again here. And what I want to do is it's very difficult to like put a tape measure across, and it keeps on falling when you're holding it. So I actually have this anyway because one of my family members is an architect, and they use this for doing surveys. This is quite an expensive version. It's called the Lycia Disto Classic. These are about 200 quid. But they all do pretty much the same thing. What they do is you turn it on, and it gives you the position that it's measuring from, just there on the right hand side. So you see it's measuring from the back of the device there. You can move it to the front of the device, or you can move it to another position on the device. And what you do is you aim this laser at the wall, and then you can position it to find out exactly where your 1.2 meters is. And so I'm doing it at 1.2, and then I'm doing it at 2.4, and then I'm doing it at 3.6, and then I'm doing it at 4.8. And I'm just going across the ceiling and marking out points. And then what I'll do is I do it in the middle, so I screw the first point in the middle, make sure that's correct, and then because it's able to rotate, the piece of wood is still able to rotate on the middle pivot point. I then just measure at each end, the front and the back, and make sure that's at the right measurement. So if I'm doing 1.2, I screw it in the middle at first at 1.2, and then go over to the edge, and then move it to the position where it's 1.2 again using the laser. And again, at the other side, just double check that it's the right position, and then screw it up into the ceiling. So I just wanted to share that with you because in this case, it was an absolute nightmare to do it with a ruler, and I just realised that we had this. And there are lots of different versions around, but I put a link in the description to some much cheaper ones that are like 20 quid. That one's 200 quid because it's super accurate. It's made by Lycia, the German company that make cameras. But I've got a link in the description for a much cheaper measuring device that you can use, and if you think it would be helpful in your project, then give it a go. There are lots of other different situations like measuring the area of a room. If you're trying to figure out how much plasterboard to get, how much flooring to get, and you want to measure the area of the room and you haven't got a long enough tape measure, it's much easier for that. If you're doing drawings or plans or working out what you want to do for a building, or figure out the square meterage, then these are so much more useful. So give it a go. Check out the link in the description for the product, and thank you very much for watching my video. I've got a few more coming. I'm doing housing electrics next. Got a bit of a weird video to put up because I got really pissed off with the electrician, and I ended up googling it and doing it all myself. But what I'm going to get done is the connection at this end and the connection at the other end done by someone, and then get the Part P certificate done myself. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.